Again, here in Clem, they often do trade. They trade blows, they go back and forth. One week we see herO win during the online events. Another week we have Clem winning. So we're expecting it back and forth here, but we'll see. Let's go. Let us go. Meanwhile, big shout out to Beast Warrior 890 in the chat. Baby God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for subscribing for the first time. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. So we're getting into our fresh series and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ley Lines. We have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Protoss player. The red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Go. There we go. Here we go. From here, we're getting into our TvP, and we'll see how Clem will adjust his approach. Clem, he has been experimenting quite a bit in this matchup over the past couple of weeks. I mean, for good reason, right? With the latest patch, TvP has been changing quite a bit. The meta has been shifting the most in this matchup out of any other matchup in the latest patch. We've seen players experiment with faster second star ports. We've seen Protoss players experiment quite heavily with earlier Colossus production into delayed Storm. Here himself is a little more dynamic. We see Stargate play, Robo play. Here is unique in that respect. He's a lot more experimental. Oh. A little more dynamic. Meanwhile, economic opener, single gas, so racks expand out of Clem. Does go for a more economic start, and we'll see where herO takes us. As here, he is aware of the CC timing. He knows. He is aware. He waits for the Reaper to move out. As the Reaper moves out, Probe moves back in. Just being as annoying as possible. Does force back the Reaper. He shuts down the probe. herO, he invested into the first Zealots. Bold move. Once again, he waits for the Reaper. No, he gets caught. Yeah, he did miss time. Zealot gets caught, and this was a big investment here for herO. It was not worth it. Ideally, he wanted to try to sneak past and try to delay the CC. Unable to. Unable to delay. We gotta commit anyway. Behind this, Twilight Council opener out of herO. And the bunker is done. It does delay for a second. Delays for a second, but not much longer. So if Clem, he will clean up. These are quite a bit of an investment here from herO, throwing away two Adepts, the Zealots, still rallying across the map. And behind this, getting to 3 Blink, but bleeding out a lot of gateway units early on. As the Zealot is hunted down. Very nice KDA charge, saves the Reaper. And Clem following this up with drop play. So very aggressive follow-up here by Clem. Loads up, moves out. Because of the losses here, he's stuck across the map instead. Chasing the Reaper Hellion, he does not spot the medevac. Oh. Yo, Clem with the attempted surround, let's go. Yeah, it does unload, does zone the Stalker away. And he will chase the Stalker down, getting another kill. Doesn't look like a lot, doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, it all does add up, especially this early on. You don't have that much to work with. As herO zones away, attempts to expand. And Clem does at least confirm. Okay, scouts the timing. This is a third Nexus, I believe, before... Oh, not before Robo, before Gases. So 3-gate blink into Robo into third base. What is meant to be a safe build, but a little bit shaky here from herO. And Clem is building up. He's building up back at home, getting the sim, +1, combat shields. You're going for a later third base. And it's going to be up to herO to confirm, to scout to confirm, and to slow down the push, to slow down the eventual move out of Clem. And likewise, we'll see if he goes into Storm or into Colossus. We're waiting for the Bay or the Temple Archives. We have the answer. Going for the Bay, going for Colossus. As we mentioned before, Colossus have been very, very popular as of late as a follow-up. If you're unaware regarding the matchup, the Ghost was changed to a light-based unit, to the light tag, which means Ghosts are more vulnerable to Colossi. So we'll see a little more Colossus-based play. Oh, nice catch. Oh, very nice catch. herO shuts down the medevac. Nicely done. Contains Clem. As you mentioned, that's his job. That's his role here right now for herO, is just contain the Terran for as long as he can. Colossal production has begun. Denies the Hellion Scouts. And the Clem is expanding. So third TC is on the way. Clem is building up into a longer game. We're settling in. Breaking out, gets his third base. Ideally here he wants to delay the third. His own fourth base is late. So late fourth base out of herO, late economy. As herO's trying to keep up. And coming into the mid game, Clem is honestly in a decent position here. I mean, part of it is thanks to the initial trades early on. Cashing out the Stalkers, cashing out the Adepts. It meant that herO couldn't really apply pressure and blink into the bases, for example. Likewise, with herO's late fourth base, Clem is keeping up economically. If not embracing a greater economy. Again, typically herO he has a little more momentum than this. Charge lots. Going very zealot heavy. So going for a very zealot heavy composition like this is ideal if the Terran player is pushing into you, right? If Clem goes for a push, then herO can attempt to surround, can attempt to flank. Instead though, if herO's going to try to push in, it's going to be more difficult. Again, mass charge lot, the big downside here of this, and something that's difficult to achieve, is pushing into SimCity, right? Pushing into choke points. Clem is very well set up here at the third. And here he's going for it. War Prism into the main army towards the third. Let's go. Oh, takes the mind jump to the base. Wouldn't does connect. Going for the Marauders, decent force field. But again, a brutal choke point, he cannot push in. And we spoke about it. The CC does provide a choke point here. Mineral Line as well. Prism does get in, okay. Here he gets into the main. Clem forced to react. And here, can he get on top of the tanks? He can get on top of one. That's a kill. That's a kill. Load of cancel. CC goes down, gets one of the tanks as well. Colossus are moving in. And here he's going for the kill. Can't quite break through though. Gets only 5 SCVs. And he has no support. Yeah, no support left. He'll lose everything. The Colossus goes down, the Stalkers, and the remaining army as well. And herO, he'll lose everything. He'll lose all the momentum. In the main base, he does still have that Prism that can keep some supply at home, force a recall. And it's going to take so long to rebuild that army. The downside of going for something like Colossus is it takes so long to rebuild, so long to replenish. And Clem, he can soon push. He can soon just move out. He took a very strong fight. Here, I'm sure he was hoping that Clem would overreact to the drop. If you remember, Clem, he picked up one medevac. He had the production in the main base, and he had one medevac picking up to drop into the main as well. So there was no major reaction. And once herO pushed in, like, he had to commit. The warp in, it looks like it may... it's not gonna... It does barely complete. Okay. Gets into the main. A lot of ACV is going to be going down. Very nice hold position micro here out of Clem. Saves his workers. Cleans up the Zealot run by. And here he's throwing away so much supply here. Even the Immortal! Yeah, Immortal goes down as well. Brutal pickoff. And you can see here a plummet in supply. He's throwing away too much. I mean, he was already behind after the failed push. True. So what else can you do? Still warping in mass zealots. And again, this style works really well if your opponent's pushing into you, if you have a base lead, the economic lead, if you have momentum. herO doesn't have that. He attempts to run by. The best chance that herO has is that as Clem is pushing halfway across the map, herO can counterattack and then deal damage and force Clem back home. That's the hope, at least. But outside of harassing, herO doesn't really have anything. Like, there's no main army. He's got one Colossus back at home. He's got a handful of Zealots. Again, setting up for another counterattack. That's all he has. Just send it back. He's going to be the first to max out. herO, he's built up to, I mean, there's two Colossus. The soup does lie here. The supplies, they look deceivingly close, but remember, a lot of supply here are in Zealots. It's a very Zealot heavy army, very Zealot dense composition here for herO. He has no Storm, no Disruptors, only two Colossus. So this is a very, very fragile army here for herO. Soup is lying to you, Bobby. So he's going for it. Let's move in. Nice EMPs. EMPs punish. Vikings as well. They chase down the first Colossus. With that down to one. One Colossus left. Zealots, they try to charge in, and you can see here just plummeting supply. He'll lose everything. He'll lose the Colossi, lose the Zealots. And Clem can just keep pushing. Cannon should just keep pushing. Catches the Immortal. herO, he is mass expanding, which is nice, but doesn't really have much else. This style works if you're able to win fights, cripple the economy, contain the Terran player on a low base count, have them trade out and lose SCVs regularly. Making 2 Colossus at a time. And he's once again moving out. So once again, it's finally moving out. Now we spoke earlier that herO, where Zealots can really thrive, where they can be at their best, is fighting out in the open. With flanks as well, with surrounds. So Clem has to respect the army, he has to be careful. That's EMP. If he goes up, he kites well. Colossus, they try to engage. Vikings, they just go to town, they shut down the Colossus. And with that Clem, he should be able to break through. And cleans up the army for the 3rd time. And this should be herO's final stand. Got a couple of Zealots, a couple of Stalkers. Yeah, no power units, no splash damage. He can't afford it, he has no gas. And we can just stim and win. We can stim in, baby. Can just keep pushing. Takes out the expansion. And it's just been a slow death here for herO for the past 10 minutes. It's I mean, again, like, herO was pretty all in. It all came down to the first push, the first failed, like, Colossus move out. The first failed attack of the 3rd. That's what it all came down to. Since then, Clem has taken the lead and has maintained that lead the entire time. You can definitely argue that Clem can definitely be more aggressive and more assertive here. I mean, he's max. He's up 40 supply. Y'all getting some Beyond versus herO flashbacks. I mean, oh no, not like this. Not as extreme, to be fair. So here's built up Colossus once again. Clem really has half his army here. He also picked up at the wrong moments, a lot of really rough moments. You're moving in. Clem is out of position. He's racing over. Okay. herO takes down the planetary. Ooh, but the army has arrived. Catching up the Colossus at the same time. Massive warp into the main. Here he'll lose his main army at the same time. Warp into the main base with his production back at home. Did kill 15 SCVs, but herO will lose everything. Main army for the 4th time. Let's go here, being as annoying as possible. Gets in. I mean, again, got 16 SCVs. Nice. Again, here he's just hoping to catch Clem out of position. Does recall top left. Interesting. Does to recall. Clem, he's already remaxed. Getting to Liberators. We got more Zealots on the way. Jeez. Spear Zealot. It's all herO can afford. He has no gases. Just now taking gases to afford anything else. Clem is pushing in. Pushing into the bases. Denies the warp in as well. Ah. Does catch out part of the army, at least tries to. Getting a handful of SCVs. And again, this is also, there we go. GG gets called. GG gets called. And Clem, he will take game number 1. Now, fun fact, I was about to say that this is also a little bit on Clem, because Clem, he refused to ever engage into bases. He pushed twice this game. He had 2 move outs where he was able to win fights and push into like 1 expansion. But despite being maxed out, Clem, he never really attacked. And even here towards the end when herO finally tapped out, Clem still didn't attack, by the way. He was being very defensive, very safe back at home instead. To be fair, that is the correct way to play. It is the correct way to play against a charge heavy composition, so that is true, is the correct thing to do, but GG. Unfortunately, because Clem had such a lead, could have tried to have ended it sooner, but we're just being very safe instead. GG. GG well played. With that, we're getting into game 2. We're going to be loading into torches. And spawning in the top right hand corner of torches, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. In the series 1-0, it is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player. Sorry, the red Protoss. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. Here we go, and welcome on all to Torches. Torches is one of the more aggressive maps in the map pool. Much more aggressive, shorter rush distance by ground, and often vetoed here. So we'll see how our players do approach torches. Again, you can try to expand towards your opponents. There are these center gold bases. We have healing pads on the left-hand side, and we also have some really awkward bases here towards the left, towards the center. You have this area in between the bases. All-ins can be very strong, can be very powerful here, and we'll see if Clem does go for something more aggressive this time. Winding it back, herO, this style that he went for can be very effective, and he has beaten Clem with it before as well. This mass zealot style, right? This mass zealot composition where you're able to catch out the army, overwhelm. But as we mentioned, Clem, he almost never pushed. He almost never moved out of his bases. He was fighting for map control, true, and there were again like these 2 or 3 big moments where he was able to take a fight and push out across the map, but they were few and far between. Clem, for the most part, was being more defensive, and that is the correct thing to do against this zealot heavy composition. Meanwhile, double gas opener out of Clem, going for a faster factory this time. Now, because the rush distance by air is so short on torches, we do often see a lot of Banshee play. The meta has shifted quite a bit in this matchup, on this map. We have seen a lot of Cloak Banshee play at the same time. Because of that, we've seen a lot of Stargate play as well. Because we saw a rise of Stargate play, that triggered a bunch of all-ins. Oh, no. It's okay. Shout out to Rex. Rex is, of course, a Taiwanese caster. I mean, I say Taiwanese caster. Was a pro player for a long time, but in recent years has shifted to casting and content creation. Much love to Rex. Much love. Esther Rex. Dolbridge. As herO is going for a Twilight Council. Twilight Council opener out of herO. So just airing out the room a little bit. It's very hot here in Australia. It's hot back. So Twilight Council into blink. Meanwhile, Clem going to be opening up with a mine drop. The mine drop is on the way. And again, typically aggression is favored here on torches. Longer and later games are a little bit rare, or if we ever do see them, it's a little bit more chaotic. And likewise, we should be seeing herO adjust his style here. The attack paths are very limited on torches, so going for like these very zealot heavy compositions and zealot round buys, it's less effective here. As we have 3 gate blink out of herO. Oh, hello Clem. So he's going for his first drop. Tank production has begun. Viking as well. He's rallying. Yeah, he's going to rally across the map. Hyper aggression here out of Clem. He starts with the drop and then he's going to keep pushing. Oh boy. He's on the pylon. First tank has arrived. Second tank is on the way. As we mentioned, again, he's rallying. He's just rallying everything across the map. It's a hyper-aggressive build here. Rushing into tanks, rushing into Vikings. Basically an all-in. So Clem is going for his 2-base all-in. herO back at home. He needs shield batteries, needs to engage ahead of time as well. He's trying to. He blinks in. Oh, God. He blinks forward. We'll lose the sentry. We'll lose the stalker. Crazy blink out of herO. Wasn't worth it. No, he blinks again. Oh, my God. There's another stalker. Gets a medevac, but he bleeds out 1, 2, 3. Oh, God. 3 stalkers go down. The adept as well. Patience. Calm down. So some crazy blinks here, and here he gets punished. Ay, ay, ay. Patience. You're meant to be in the military. What's going on? So some very nice trades here from Clem. He trades well. Oh, Jesus. herO once again blinks forward. Once again gets punished. Here we're gonna calm down on the blinks back. Oh my God. As he does counterattack. He races across the map. Oh, catching reinforcements. Not bad. Gets a tank. Oh no, he blinks into the army once again. I can't do it. Oh no. Was that what, the 5th time this game that he's blinked into the army? Ay, ay, ay. That was less intentional, of course, as he tried to blink away. Be careful here, be careful. Calm down. As here, he survived the push at least. True, he survived the push, he survived the attack. But he bled out to 8 stalkers in the process. 8 stalkers, a sentry, pylon, the adepts. Better trade for Clem. Here we're going for the forward expansion. And we're slowing things down. Now, thankfully, even though herO survived the more aggressive build here from Clem, he preserved the tanks, right? The tanks were preserved. He lost 1 tank in the process. He saved most of the army. Which means Clem still has a really strong timing with Stim. So Stim, combat shields +1. Once they all kick in, Clem, he can move out once again. And of course, he's taking a 3rd base. So no all-in. Is taking a 3rd. He spots the army. They spot each other. Gotta look for this. Gotta look for the scans. Scans does get eyes on the 3rd base. As Clem rotates, herO he comes in from behind. Okay, gets a couple of SCVs. 1, 2, 3 SCVs going down. A storm on the main army. But Clem gets away, doesn't lose anything. Clem does pull away in time, does establish his 3rd base. What's scary about this 3rd, of course, is that we're expanding towards the Protoss. so it doesn't take long at all to push across the map. herO once again going for a very gateway heavy composition. As you can see here, no gases. No gases at the 3rd base, no gases at the 4th base either. Going for mass zealots. The downside of this, of course, no splash damage. No storm, no colossus. Dust coming from behind, gets the tank. Tank is going to go down. I believe he's had a lot of zealots. And the backstab is late. Yeah, the backstab is delayed. Ideally, when you're distracting here, you want to hit the mineral line. The hero just now moving in. Oh, sorry, I said no splash damage. Sorry, there is storm. My apologies. Storm was researched. Oh, gets the mineral line. Getting a handful of SCVs. So a handful of workers going down. Oh, those are brutal EMP. Oh. Yeah, brutal EMP on the High Templar. Clem, he maintains his economy. Currently we have 0 High Templar. herO rushing into the gold, let's go. I mean, these gold bases, they do help with the zealot heavy style, true. They help quite a bit if he can get it up and running. Can he get it up? herO catching another tank. Getting a ghost as well, not bad. Yeah, ghosts go down. Clem, he's gonna lose his mineral line. He'll lose control of the 3rd. Nice damage here by herO. And here, he might just be able to keep pushing. Ooh, where's the storm? Storm is a little bit late. At the same time, Clem, we dropped across the map, but GG gets called. Yeah, herO, he breaks through the main army, and herO ties up the series. Whew, GG. Does tie the series up, but we are going into, we have a series, we have a back and forth. GG, well played. Again, herO, he was able to get some much better engagements here on the right hand side, was able to take advantage of his own bases, his own economy. We saw that Clem, he had, I would say, a better start. He had a much better start catching out all those stalkers, but this time we actually had a much more open setup here on the 3 bases. We spoke in the previous game how this zealot heavy style really struggles against SimCity, against all these choke points. As you saw, Clem didn't really have any setup specifically at his 3rd base, right? The base was on its own. There was no bunkers, no depots, no CC next to the 3rd either. So the Zealots had a much easier time engaging with the army. GG. GG, well played. Oh. With that, we have a back and forth. We're loading into Tokamak. Now, is herO going to commit to this again? Is he gonna He may just. I mean, Tokamak is a little bit more ideal for it. We'll get into it. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Tokamak, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid being forced into a tied series. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing T1. It is herO. We go. Now we're going to Tokamak, as opposed to Torches, which is a much more aggressive map, and I feel like the game itself did kind of lean towards that style and did kind of lend to that. Here we have a much larger map, a longer rush distance by ground, a much more defensive as a result, and we often see a lot of late game on Tokamak. Not just because of how defensive it is, but also because if you can gain map control, you have so much room for yourself to mass expand. So if a Protoss player can contain the Terran on 2 and then 3 and then 4 bases, the Protoss often does take every expansion on the map and does have hybrid bases as well to help with this mass zealot style. So these larger maps do typically favor Protoss and PvT just because it allows them to mass expand. Here we go. As here he does force a slightly obstruction natural. Does force that slightly off center. But from We are building up. This time Clem is going for an economic opener. This time Rax expand. Last game we saw double gas into the earlier tank push, if you recall. Where ideally Clem wanted to break the natural. Oh. Are we setting up for proxy Stargate? Okay, it's been a while. It has been a while here. But here, there was a time a couple of months ago where he was very fond of going proxy Stargate in this matchup. If it's a Stargate, then it should be for proxy Oracle. Cybercore is done. Show us what you got. Yeah, there it is, proxy Stargate. So the goal here is to go proxy Stargate into Oracles, to rush into the mineral lines and to deal critical economic damage. We'll see if we can get away with it. Again, there was a time like towards the beginning of the year before EWC where here was embracing this quite a lot. Then it died down. Let's see if we can pull this off. The Oracle's being chronoed. Being chronoed as we speak. Clem so far has yet to realize what's happening. He has not scouted into the main, so he doesn't see that the tech is missing. So lack of scouting here out of Clem, it's gonna hurt him. Oracle's on the way. And what do we have in the main base to defend? We have some Marines at the natural. Marines are thankfully somewhat in position. Oracle's moving in. Oh, does spot the army. And does hit the mineral line. And so far getting 1, 2, 3 SCVs, not bad. Oh, getting to 4. And this also delays the drop. So 5 SCV kills, delays the drop, keeps Clem busy back at home, and so far a nice start for here. Is a nice start. Now the downside of this build, of course, late Twilight Council, late Blink, late Charge, late upgrades. So here he is vulnerable early on. Ideally, the Oracle keeps Clem at home, but Clem is pushing. He's dropping. Clem moves out. Hero's trying to keep up. Oh, nice lift. It does lift, and herO, he should shut this down. Zones away the army. Some more good piloting here at a herO. Throws away a stalker. Bit of good control. herO tries to engage. Clem trying to bait the army into tank range. Tank is spotted. herO backs up. So far, decent engagement from herO, again, just slowing down the push. Clem is rallying. Is going for the Viking. Is rallying across the map. Getting a third Viking. It's up to shade in. And we have no add-ons. Yeah, no add-ons, no tech lab, no stim, no nothing. Clem, he's committed. That's why we have landed Vikings. Yeah, Liberator's on the way. And the goal here for Clem is to break the third and to end the game. Just straight up in the game. Remember, he has 0 upgrades. No stim, no combat shields, no +1, no nothing. It's all about this push. It's all about the 2 weeks all in. First tank does get picked up. Gets one, gets both. Nice target firing here at a herO. Does get both tanks. Clem trying to rush forward, but he has no more tanks left. That was the backbone of his army. Blink is done in 3 seconds. And herO, he should be able to hold on here. Should just barely. Clem, he's running out of steam. Oh, does have another tank. Okay. The tank does arrive. Does siege up. And with that tank, Clem, he might just have too much. That was close. Here, he was so close. Does go for another warp in. Dives on the tank. Dives on Liberator. Tank. Oh, a bit of missed target firing there. Yeah, tank goes down, but it's too late. Yeah, too late. He lost so much in the process. Down to 4 stalkers. Liberator to the main. Okay, that is all that hero has left. Liberator will siege. And Clem has a high ground. Yeah, he's just zoning hero away. Oh, does try to at least. And boys are being pulled, getting 19 probe kills. Oh my god, the Liberator. 20 probes go down. Critical damage. And Clem, remember, he's still rallying. He's still rallying. His 2 basic economies left untouched, so he can just keep producing. Third CC has begun. That's after the fact. After he has killed the third. And here again, he just barely didn't have enough to hold. Once again, blinking in. It's a tank. Takes down the tank, takes down the Liberator. He bleeds out a little Stalkers in the first. Oh no! Bleeds out little Stalkers. Rough movements. And there's no saving the expansion. There's no saving the third base. And Clem just keeps going. Jesus. Just keeps on pushing. Here he's going to attempt to surround. Likewise, so is Clem. There's a blink. Takes down the tank once again. Nice stepping here out of Clem. He does punish the blink. And Clem, he has another tank. He has more reinforcements. Oof, punishes the blink once again for herO. Punishes the army. herO going for the counterattack. Clem does decide to just keep pushing. Rotates once again. He's checking, making sure there's no third. There's no backup base. There's no expansion. Here, he's at least buying time. Clem turns everything back around. Here he's buying time at least. Force a recall. And Clem just has a massive supply lead here. Over double the supply. Army supply is, I should say. And from here, now he has his upgrades. Stim is now done. Combat shields as well. +1 just now finishing up. And here he cannot defend against this. There's just too much. Too many marauders, tanks, the bio army. Too many losses for herO. And it was close. Like here, he almost saved his third. Almost. Just barely didn't have enough. And herO going for his final stand. Can't get on top of the tanks. And GG gets called. GG gets called. Clem, who will take a 2-1 lead in the series. GG. GG, well played. Again, a very calculated move out of Clem. Winding it back, as a reminder, how did herO open up? Proxy Stargate. Proxy Stargate with the Oracle across the map. Because of that, his tech and his ground army was lacking, was delayed, and Clem's 2-base all-in was designed to punish, right? It was designed to punish a player that was investing into that proxy, into that Stargate, into those Oracles. In the end, herO, he did finish up Blink, but again, he barely didn't have enough to hold on. Was unable to clean up the tanks in time, unable to save the third base. With that, we're now getting into game number 4. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Pylon, we have the French Terran player. We have the Red Terran for Team Liquid, leading the series 2-1 and 1 game away from claiming the series. It is Clem. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing T1 down in the series. He has to win this game to force the ace match. It is herO. We go. herO being as annoying as possible, he delays the racks for like a second. So cheeky starts. But from from here. We're settling in. And welcome to Pylon. Pylon is one of the smaller maps of the map pool. Smaller map, but Russia's background is shorter. Aggression and all-ins are favored on Pylon. So we're expecting something more aggressive out of Clem. That's what we're expecting. Likewise, we're expecting safe play out of herO. 3-gate blink, robo on 2 bases, maybe extra gases as well. We'll see. So I'm just opening up some windows. Aye, aye, aye. Let's have a look. God, it's gonna be 36 degrees Celsius tomorrow. Lovely. It's gonna get even harder. Let's go. Let's go. But now though, we do have our tech of choice. Once again, Twilight Council out of herO. I say once again, last game it was a proxy Stargate. Cheeky build out of herO, but he was kind of punished for it. This time, going for something more standard. Going for the Twilight Council. Likewise, that is a fast second Rax out of Clem. It's looking like a 2-base all-in. This is either going to be a third Rax into a very committed kind of bio push with tank production, or we're going for a quote-unquote 2-on-1. This won't be a stim timing though. This is going to be an early tank push with Viking support. Oh, sorry, with Metamax, followed by Viking and Liberator support. So we'll see if he goes for the starport or the third Rax. Third Rax is on the way, Jesus. Which means we're building up that marine count. We're going for a stim timing. With this, Clem can pull the boys. He can pull the boys. Basically, what's happening here is that we are delaying the starport. The starport is heavily delayed for Clem in favor of stim, in favor of upgrades, and in favor of a mass marine army. This hits quite hard. It's quite hard. I mean, it is an all-in. And herO has yet to confirm. Yeah, he hasn't seen the extra Raxes. They're too far back. Doesn't see what's happening. Back at home, herO, he is getting 2 more gates, so he's getting to 3-gate blink. This is typically a very safe build, but herO, he needs to be active with his army. Ideally, against these kind of all-ins, against these kind of pushes, you want to be active out on the map to slow it down, to pick away Marines, and to force early sieges, and to buy as much time as possible for what? For immortal production, right? The robo's finishing up, thankfully. So robo on 2 bases, and herO, he needs those immortals, he needs those stalkers, needs whatever he can get. This herO once again doesn't get into the main. For all he knows, it could be a starport, there could be Banshee production. I mean, I say that he does see the abundance of Marines. He takes notes of the lack of tank, at least yet. And the tank is kept further back. Building up that tank count, so building up towards stim. Clem, he will soon pull the trigger. Oh. And here he's more concerned with scouting. He's fanning out his stalkers. He's more concerned with drop play. Finds the Reaper Hellion. Nice start stepping here out of Clem. Gets 2 adepts. 2 adepts go down, and you can see that Clem, he's hiding his main army. At least until now. Here he blinks in, he gives chase. Tanks repunish. And now herO knows. Yeah, now he sees the tanks, he sees him orders, now he knows what's going on. Stim is done. herO going into the... Oh no! He's gonna be denied. Yeah, barely denied in time. Yeah. Here he was gonna try to blink into the main base to delay the push. He's denied. Yeah, brutal snipe on the observer. Does force the siege, and here come the immortals. We spoke about it, right? We need to buy time for immortals, for shield batteries, for extra warp ins. Here he needs time. Goes to the backside. We'll catch a couple of Marines. It's a Marine. He gets a Sniper Marauder. Clem rotating over towards the third. Does siege. Is within range. Brutal dive here out of herO. Yeah, he blinks in, gets one, gets two tanks, but he will lose everything. He blinked into Mass Marauder, fam. Yeah. That was not the blink to go for. Yeah, not at all. herO, he gets punished. That was a crazy blink, by the way. God. Patience. Stop playing for herO, man. Yeah. And with that herO, this is just a brutal trade. Looks like herO, he may barely clean this up. He saves the base, but at a cost. That was 16 Stalkers going down. That's crazy. $16 Stalkers behind this. Clem, he's expanding. It's late, but he is getting a third. Oof. Another Stalker goes down. Brutal loss there for herO. Miss Rally as well. No. Yeah, Miss Rally's the Immortal. Immortal goes down for free. These are losses that herO cannot afford. Wanting a bad herO, he has no coolant worker count. He does at least save the third base. That does help. But ideally, he defends the base. He has a Stalker lead, then he can counterattack and contain. That's not the case here. Clem is not contained. He can freely expand, freely move out, and Clem still has momentum, still has that army supply lead. So Clem has the advantage. He has the advantage here. The push was successful enough. Could have been much worse, I admit. The only worst thing that could have been there for herO is if he had lost the third, right? If he had lost the third base, that would have been game. That would have been game 100%. But here he's still behind. Here he's still in a really rough place. So true, it could have been worse, but it's still not ideal. Oh, the armies, they pass by each other. Okay, let's go. They do pass by. Clemmy turns back around. herO collapsing on the tank once again. Tank goes down. Oh, the Mine Shells are brutal. Oh my god. Yeah, Mine Shells, they pop off. They shut down all the Zealots. Zealots go down. And herO, he will take the fight. Denies the warp in. And warp in is denied. And herO, he will lose everything. The Immortals, the Sentries. herO, he plummets in supply. And Clem, he can just stim across the map. He can just stim in. Clem with a massive advantage. He has triple the army supply. Clem can just rally. Again, it was a rough position for herO, and an even worse fight. Oof, brutal depower. Depowers all the gateways. The robo's still up, but not for much longer. And Clem is just going for the kill. Going for the kill, going for the throat. Again, those Widow Mines were brutal. Brutal connections. And the Immortal does not spawn in. It doesn't warp in time. And with that, we have our finalists. GG gets called. Clem, he takes down herO 3-1. 3-1 and does advance on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, a hyper-aggressive build here out of Clem. Didn't kill herO, but did cripple. Did cripple herO. herO, he had a really rough fight at his third base where he lost 16 Stalkers. 16 Stalkers went down in that defense. It was brutal. Yes, herO, he saved his third base, but Clem traded well enough. He traded well enough to take a lead, to gain the advantage, and herO, he tried to recover. He went for a bit of a Hail Mary play. He tried to go for like a base trade. Clem turned around. herO was forced to engage, and herO had a massive amount of zealots, but we had some crazy Widowmine shots. He lost every zealot. Warping was denied. GG. GG, well played. Clem snowballed from there. Congratulations. And with that, we have our 2 finalists here. So we update the bracket. Here we go. From the top, we have Creator. If you recall, Creator, he 3-0'd Percival, he 3-0'd Shin, and Creator is in the grand finals. Meanwhile, Clem took down Classic, took down herO. Both Classic and herO did make him bleed. They both took some games off of Clem, but in the end, Clem, he does advance on to the grand finals for a TvP between Clem and Creator. Let's go. Let us go. Clem is so good. I mean, at the same time, I would say that herO did misjudge a couple of moments in this series. We saw it on Torches as well. Like, Torches was brutal. Like, we saw it on Torches. I mean, herO did win on Torches in the end, but we saw it on Torches. We saw it here as well, where herO did kind of like misjudge some fights and did overextend and overcommit and into some worse engagements. He got punished for it quite hard here, quite hard on Pylon. He was still able to make it work on Torches. But GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into the grand finals. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. After the break, we will have that best of 7, not a best of 5, best of 7 finals between Clem and Creator. We'll see you soon. See you soon after the break.